week? That's a lot. Your sister only has a couple, right?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because, like, she just had her continuation. Like.
Oh, the ceremony?
Yeah.
Thing? Okay. Cool. So what would you like to do as a warm-up?
Lightly row.
Gotcha.
Can I take my jacket off?
Yep.
It feels weird if you play like that.
Yeah. I understand. I used to wear hoodies all the time and I can't do it anymore. Alrighty. So I want you to think about your hand. Good. Careful your hand being too high.
A and D.
If you want, you can transpose it down. Good. There you go. So let's talk about that. What went well?
Probably not making, like, the posture of my left hand.
Yeah, it was pretty good. You didn't collapse that wrist. Your thumb didn't hyperextend, so those were really good things. What else? What did you hear?
Probably less squeaks.
Yeah, there were not as many squeaks. The tone was a lot clearer throughout. Yeah. What else?
Bow grip was it, like my pinky was not being straight.
Yeah, so it wasn't straightened out. It had a nice curve to it. Your thumb was really nice. So those are all really good things. What is something you can work on at home with this review piece?
Probably maybe fourth finger, like if you wanted to try.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, totally. You could remove the open strings and practice fourth finger if you need more practice with fourth finger. That's a really good idea. That's going to help with pieces like Maison and Perpetual Motion that we're on, right? For this piece in particular, what did you hear, though, for when you just played it? There were just a couple things. There was a little bit of a memory slip, a very itty-bitty one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't remember what note it was, but one of my fingers was either low. Yeah,
Yes.
low.
Yep, it was flat. Yeah. And you what was funny is you said you didn't know what finger it was, and then you wiggled your second finger, and it was your second finger.
Okay.
It was your second finger was a little low, and then sometimes that made your third finger just a wee bit low as well. You corrected it as you went, which was good. So you were trying to remain aware of your intonation while you were going. But just so you know, that's still one of your tendencies is to play that second finger a little low. Okay? All right. So, how is we are on etude, right? Not perpetual motion. We're on etude.
Yeah.
Yep. Always get that confused. They're just all so close together. All right. So etude, how's etude going?
Okay.
Yes. Is it giving you a hard time?
I'm forgetting what song it was. Is it the one that starts with G?
Not G. Let's take a look at it.
I did bring my book.
Good. All right. So let's take a quick look at it. I know my memory with it too. It's not G. It goes to a G real quickly.
Second finger.
No. Don't shish kebab me.
This
What note is that?
right.
Right there.
Is it a C?
No. C would be on the space, not on the line. What is that middle line?
B?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep, B. So.
Oh, it's. Okay, I remember now.
You got it? Okay. Like this.
What's the rhythm?
Remember, it's all the same.
Yeah, but like how there would be Twinkle Little Baby Brother.
Yep. It's kind of like Twinkle Little Baby Brother, but when we write out Twinkle Little Baby Brother, it's actually 16th notes. These are eighths, similar in that there's no change and they're all equal length. Okay? So. Whoops. Da, da, da. Watch your hips, watch your hips, watch your hips. There you go. Okay.
Can I learn the next part?
Well, kind of, because remember it's a repeat at the beginning a little bit. So, ba da ba ba, that first part, you do it twice to start with, right? So you do it 2 times here.
Mm-hmm.
Then here, how many times does it happen?
The beginning?
Yeah. So see this little figure here? These 4?
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly the same here, right? So here it repeats twice, and that's the beginning. How many times does it repeat here? That group of 4. 3, right? And then it kind of repeats the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep. It gets a little different here, right? Remember, we talked about the tape marks are where it's different. Etude is hard for memory because it's just slightly different. It's kind of like, remember when you first learned long, long ago? And it had just that slight difference in the A prime section?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like that, only it's everywhere. Okay, it's all throughout here. Okay, so what I would say though is it was kind of fast. I know I did it fast when I did my example. Try and slow it down a little bit so you can really focus on your notes. Also, I would bring that staccato back in. Okay, that's going to give you a little bit more time in between notes to figure everything out. Watch your neck and head because you kind of crunch down. So I want you to think nice and tall. Even when you're figuring out things, it's really important to be aware of your body. Careful, fashion hips. Good. Very nice. Go for it. Whoops, so it's the same thing, right? Only 3 times this time. Ba, 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 ba. Wait. So start down bow. There you go. Yep. It's the same thing.
It sounds so weird.
I know. But it goes to this third finger just like normal. Now let's talk about that real quick. The tone was a lot better this time. It was a lot better. Okay? Then your bow got a little crooked and it went away for a little bit. I would like that tone again, but I want more staccato. Ba 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 ba. It's a lot like it's a lot like perpetual motion, okay? Because then you see here, you do doubles, just like you do with perpetual motion, okay? So let's actually, so you've got this first part, right? You understand where that goes? Let's start from the second part, so you're going to do it 3 times, so we can get the transition in here while we're working on some other stuff too.
Do I start here or here?
Well, I would start here. Why? Why would I not start at the beginning of the line? Why would I start on the subject?
Probably because it's like the new section.
Yeah, it's like it's a start over of the phrase, right? So that's going to make a whole lot more sense to your brain. It's going to make the organization of it a lot easier if you go from here instead of from here, because this is the end of the first phrase, right? Okay, so give it a shot. So that's the different spot, right? Because here, you would just start over. Here, you go to your third finger. See the difference?
Yeah.
Yeah? So, this one is... And then you have your scales, right? I always think the second half of this is a little bit easier because there's a lot more scale pattern down, right? So, just do this part for me. Think up, think up. Good, pause. Remember, even when we're trying stuff out, you want to be careful of your wrists and hands, okay? Just slow. Good. Why'd you lift your first finger?
I don't know.
Right. Why can you leave it down? Why would it be good to leave it down?
Well, when you move to the third finger on the D string, your first finger, like the bow won't be on 2 strings. It would be on only the D string. And the next note is the first finger on A. So.
Right. So it doesn't interfere with the note that you're going to, and you're going right back to it. So when we speed this up, it'll make it a whole lot easier because it's going to just simplify those motions. Okay, try that again for me, please.
So the new part?
Right here. This part right here. And just keep your first finger down. Okay? I want you to think about everything first. Left hand especially. Yeah, see, there you go. It just stays down, kind of like in Song of the Wind. Remember how you keep your first finger down in Song of the Wind while the third finger moves around? Yeah? Good.
Wait, keep recording. Okay.
Yep, you're fine. All right, so it's just like that, okay? And then you have a nice scale down, right? Whoops. I will remember my articulation.
Was like the ending, it was not, what was, because it's just a scale down, but then what's the end part?
The ending is just a lot like,
yeah,
just on different notes, right? So it's, make sense? Okay, so why don't you start from the top of the scale? What note is that?
Which one?
Top of the scale down, the mini scale.
G.
Yeah, so it's just a G, right? G on which string?
E.
Mm-hmm.
So do you go all the way down to A?
You go all the way down to your next G. Where's your next G?
On the D string?
Mm-hmm. What finger?
Third.
Mm-hmm. So step back a little bit. We're both scooching over. I don't know why.
Me neither.
It's a nice up and tall.
You're probably scooching over because I am.
I know. I have younger students that back away from me, and by the end, we're usually at the door. It's kind of funny. Take a moment to think about everything, please. Mm-hmm. Think about your head and your hips. Good, nice and up. Whoop, that is not a G. What is that? What's third finger on E? What note is it?
A.
Yep. So you're a note too high. There you go. No fashion hips. Thank you.
Would I play an opening?
In this, it is okay to play an opening. A, and then you go one more down to the F sharp. No, that's an F natural. Yep. Open D. There you go, and you heard it, right? Good, so do the whole thing for me. Think nice in your hips, please. Hands. Not an open A, right? That's going to break your sequence. G, F, E, D, E, A, then your F. There you go, okay?
Is the next one A?
Mm-hmm.
A on E.
Yep, so there's that octave jump right there, right? And then you do the scale all the way back down to your open A. Then you go down to your G to do that ba-ba-ba-ba thing. And then you're back to your first subject. Ba-da-da-da-ba-da-da-da. Make sense? So what I really want you to do at home is figure out the rest. You can do this by ear. I know you can. Okay? Figure out the rest by ear. Stick with your staccatos. They're getting a little washed out right now. I want to hear them back in there. Okay? Kind of like with the allegretto and andantino. Remember we worked on the articulation in those? Those had accents, but they also had staccato in them. Okay? So I want it back here. Make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Good. Let me check. Alrighty. How is your sight reading going with the Disney?
Okay.
Okay. So talk to me about that. What's going on there?
Well, I'm not sure if I'm supposed to stick with the first line or the second one.
Okay.
And
Go get the book real quick.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to see it because I don't remember. I'm not sure I know exactly what you're talking about.